Hi guys, Dark Aperture here, and back with oh wait, there's no budget, so Ultimate Game PC build. And I alluded this wrong. It's actually a gaming slash rendering build because you don't need this for gaming. Unless you're OCD. And even then, you'll want something more. So, whatever. Let's just get to the parts list. So, here's the specs. That's pretty much it. And now we'll get to the actual content of the video. Now for the processor, it's the Intel Core i7 4970X. I don't need to say anything more. It's the fastest processor out right now. And it's $1,050, which is pretty expensive. Though we are getting the fastest processor ever. Oh yeah, did I mention it's fast? It has 6 cores, 6 threads, so it's a virtual 12 core. Okay, let's move on. Now for the water cooler, we got the Corsair H110. It's the best pre-filled liquid cooler, period, right now. It's got a dual 140mm radiator, and it's really high quality as well. It's also only $130, so it's one of the cheaper parts of this build. Now next is the memory. Did we get some 1343 stuff? Nope, the best. It's some Corsair Dominator Platinum, 64 gigs of 2133 MHz RAM, which is explaining itself already. And it's $920 as well. So, that's it. Now moving on to the motherboard. For the motherboard, we'll go with the best MSI board out right now, the MSI Big Bang X Power 2. It's a 4-way SOI LGA 2011 board with a lot of ports, and it's just plain massive. It's also the only board I could find Newegg that truly supports 4-way SOI, and it's $420, so I'd say it's a good deal for what it is. Next, we'll get to the powerhouse and the most expensive part of the build, the graphics card, or cards. And the graphics cards are the EVGA GeForce GTX Titans, and that's 4 of them. It's pretty much the heart of any gaming PC build, and this is on steroids. You're getting 16, well, more than 16 teraflops of performance. And with that, you could probably run Crysis free on 3 monitors in 1440p. In fact, you might even get to do it in 3D, provided you turn the settings down to high. And considering that's $4,000, I don't even need to say anymore. Alright, now enough of that. Let's go back to the hard drives. Now this is where all the storage is. For the hard drives, we got free Western Digital Caviar Black 4TB drives. The best hard drives out right now, and it's free of them, which is pretty awesome when you gain 12 terabytes of 7200 RPM storage. Yeah, it's not as fast as an SSD, but it's still pretty fast for a hard drive. Alright, it's $1,200, which is pretty expensive, but this barrel's no budget. Next up, we'll find for the SSD, we're getting the best. We're getting Samsung 840 Pros, 512GB models, and 3 of them. That means you have 1.5 terabytes of extremely fast storage. It's very reliable, and you're getting over a gigabyte a second write. Which basically means there's a chance you'll be able to rip a movie faster than you can throw it out the window. And that's $1,500. Not the most expensive part of this build, but it's the most expensive storage in this build. But it's worth it, trust me. As your PC will just boot instantly. You'll press the power button, it'll go through all the BIOS stuff, and the moment you see a Windows logo, it's just gonna be there for a half second. Bam, Windows. Alright. Now let's move that out of the way and get to the power supply. Now we need a high capacity power supply, and it also has to have some good quality. I could have gone with the 1600 watt Rosewood Hercules, but it's only 8 plus silver, and I trust EVGA more, so it's the EVGA Supernova NEX 1500. It's a 1500 watt power supply, 80 plus gold, so it's very high quality. It's also quite massive, but don't worry, the case has it covered, and I just spoiled that too. And 1500 watt, I'd say, is enough for this build, and that's an understatement. It's $460 and built with very high quality components, so you should get this for your ultimate build. Alright, now let's just skip the optical drive. It's a Blu-ray drive, 55 bucks. Okay. Now for the case. The case is a Corsair Obsidian Series 900D. Yeah, it's pretty much the biggest case on the market right now. So sure, there's a Core Master Cosmos too, but that thing weighs 50 pounds. This thing weighs quite a bit less, so your PC won't be as heavy. In case you want to quickly put it on its back, so you can open it up. It's also very sturdy, and dimensions really big. Yeah, it's also $340. That's really good. Now the OS. Yeah, since it's the national budget, I'll include the OS. Windows 8 Professional, $250. I don't say anything, it's Windows 8 Professional. And now for the first time as well, I'm including fans. Since it's the best build, you need the best airflow, so we'll get Corsair AF120 Quiet Edition fans. And since the Corsair Obsidian 900D supports apparently 15 fan mounts, we're getting 15 of these. Now, in case not all of those are 140mm mounts, you'll still have some spare ones lying around for, say, a backup build or future use. And it's still quite powerful while being quite quiet as well, which I say it's a pretty good combo. It's also $265, which is the most you've ever paid for case fans, but it's worth it. If you break Sub-Zero though, take a few fans though, you don't want ice on your CPU. So, in the end, the price of this build is over $10,000, $10,590, and that's okay, because there's no budget here. Now also, I'll say another thing, which I've already said. If you're a gamer who just wants to game on a single 1440p monitor, and you want to maybe something like a $3,500 build might work out. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to me, Dark Aperture, if you like this, and like it too. That helps. Goodbye, everyone.